So to number 1, resilient people get it that bad things happen. They know that suffering is part of life. This doesn't mean that they actually welcome it in, they're not delusional, just that when the tough times come, they seem to know that suffering is part of everyone's existence, and knowing this stops you from feeling discriminated against when the tough times come. Never once did I find myself thinking, why me? In fact, I remember thinking, why not me? Illness doesn't discriminate, sometimes it just happens. Terrible things happen to you like they do to everyone else. That's just life. It's time to sink or swim. The real tragedy is not enough of us seem to understand this any longer. We seem to live in an age where we feel entitled to a perfect life, where shiny, happy photos on Instagram are the norm, when actually, as you are all likely to have demonstrated at the start, the very opposite is true. Number 2, resilient people are really good at choosing carefully where they place their attention. They have a habit of realistically appraising situations and typically manage to focus on the things that they can change whilst accepting the things that they can't. This is a vital, learnable skill for resilience and grittiness. As humans, we are really good at noticing threats and weaknesses. We're hardwired for the negative. We're really, really good at noticing them. Negative emotions stick to us like Velcro, whereas positive emotions and experiences seem to bounce off us like Teflon. Being wired in this way is actually really good for us and has served us well from an evolutionary perspective. So imagine for a moment that I'm a cave woman. I'm coming out of the cave in the morning and there's a saber-toothed tiger on one side and a beautiful rainbow on the other. It kind of pays for my survival for me to notice this tiger first and then act as necessary. The problem is that we now live in an era where we're constantly bombarded by threats all day long, and our poor brains treat every single one of those as if they were the tiger. Our threat focus, our stress response, is permanently dialed up and on high. Think about a time you were given a compliment and how it made you feel and how long it stuck in your mind. Now think about a time where you were dismissed, complained about, or criticised. How did it make you feel and how long did it stick in your mind? And did you just keep coming back to it time and time again? The negative is harder to forget but easier to notice. Resilient people don't diminish the negative, but they work out a way of tuning into the good feelings and the emotions. Have you ever had a moment when it feels all too much, but you've managed to say to yourself, hey, no, you're not going to get swallowed up by this. You have to survive. There is so much to live for. Don't lose what you have to what you've lost. In psychology, this is called benefit finding. Being able to switch the focus of your attention to also include the good has been shown by science to be a really powerful strategy. In 2005, Marty Seligman and colleagues conducted an experiment where they asked people to think and write down 3 good things that happened to them each day. What they found over the course of the 6-month study was that those people showed higher levels of gratitude, higher levels of happiness, and less depression. When you're going through a trauma, you might need a reminder, or you might need to give yourself permission to feel grateful. Find the language that works for you, but whatever you do, make it intentional, a deliberate ongoing effort to tune into what's good inside your world. Number 3, resilient people ask themselves, is what I'm doing helping or harming me? This is a question that's used a lot in good therapy, and it's really powerful. This was my go-to question. I would ask it again and again. Would my belief, my actions help me or would they harm me? Whether it's forgiving family history, arguments from holidays past, or whether it's scrolling through social media. Whether it's actually asking yourself, do I need that extra donut? Asking yourself if what you're doing or the way you're thinking and acting is helping or harming you. It puts you back in the driver's seat. It gives you some control over your decision making. So ask the question, is what I'm doing helping or harming me? So there they are, my 3 strategies. Pretty simple ones, really. They're readily available to all of us, anytime, anywhere, and they don't require us to have a degree in rocket science. Resilience isn't some fixed trait. It's not an elusive thing that some people have and some people don't. It actually requires a very ordinary thought process, but it does require a willingness to give it a go. I think we all have moments in life where our life path splits and the path we thought we were going to take takes us on some unknown turn, in a direction that we never anticipated and maybe that we didn't even want. It happened to me, and honestly, it was rubbish for a while, but that's life. If ever you find yourself in a situation where you think there's no way I'm coming back from this, I urge you to lean on these strategies and think again. I won't pretend that thinking this way is easy, and it certainly doesn't remove all the ups and downs. But if I've learned anything over the last 10 years, it is that by developing your resilience and your grittiness, it really does help. More than anything, it's shown me that it is possible to live and cope with uncertainty at the same time. And for that, I will always be grateful. So that's our topic for today. I hope that you found it helpful and interesting. For more information, check out the resources within the Learning Hub on Amali.com. Additionally, go to Amali.com and subscribe for updates and activities on topics aimed to help us all be more successful. If you've enjoyed this episode, why not subscribe and get new episodes weekly? You can do that for free via Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, and more. And also check out the Instagram page, Not Just Making the Tea, for more information and updates. Thank you once again for listening. It really means a lot. Keep safe and talk to you soon. Take care. Have a great day.